So I've been seeing a ton of comments from people saying that they've been assigned stocks on their cash secured puts that are the market value currently of that underlying stock that they were assigned is trading lower than their average cost basis. How do we save it? How do we save a cash secured put? Do we start running covered calls immediately? Do we continue to sell puts to dollar cost average down? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you a position that I was in recently and what I did to kind of save my cash secured put. And I'd really appreciate it, guys, if you hit that like button, that subscribe button. It helps our channel grow more than you know. And of course, guys, I hope you're having an absolutely God blessed day. Now, we've been seeing it a lot. It's probably happened to you. I would love to hear in the comment section, what are you assigned right now? I know for me, a big position that I'm assigned where my cost basis is higher than where the stock is currently trading for is SoFi. SoFi really consolidating around this like 17, 18 level, and it's been struggling, right? A lot of us, like me, are assigned around like 21, right? At 25 even, right? And what do we do? Well, I want to quickly just hit on this because I did do a video about this last week. I think is helpful, but in case you didn't watch that, I want to quickly recap. First thing you need to go do is figure out what your true cost basis actually is, okay? So before you jump to conclusions and start freaking out, go figure out what your true cost basis is. So for example, here in this situation, I was assigned Kraft Heinz at $27, right? I had a 27 put. I ended up having to buy it at 27. However, once I factored in the premium that I collected across the board, as well as, dividend payments, right? And I walked through this entire whole video, my actual cost basis was around $24.85, right? That's where my cost basis actually was. A little bit lower now because I had those shares work a little bit more. So I'm more like closer to 24, a little over 24.50, right? So you have to first figure out what that true cost basis is. And depending on how aggressive you want to be to get out of your position, that's going to dictate the next step, okay? So for my example here, when I was doing this with Kraft Heinz, right, I saw that I had already collected $100 plus of premium on my share. So my actual cost basis, right, plus my dividends here, right, I was around $25. So I was comfortable, right, going out there and maybe even doing a covered call at 25 or a covered call, which I ended up doing here at 26 covered calls, right? But let's go take again, a big one that a lot of us are assigned is SoFi right now. Okay, so if you're assigned SoFi, let's see if SoFi is doing anything for us here in pre-market. Okay, a little bit up at 18. Not that really matters, but we'll see what the week brings for SoFi. Okay, now obviously we've been riding this bottom Bollinger Band. We've been struggling well below the 350-day moving averages on SoFi for quite a bit of time now. Right now, the Ark way typically is, hey, we sell more puts into it to lower our cost basis down. That's what I'm doing. I am still selling cash secured puts on SoFi. I'm not doing the weeklies. I'm doing the monthlies. I have stuff that's expiring on April 10th, 17s that are expiring, and I may continue to sell more puts in on that to continue to lower my cost base. I'm still very bullish. Okay, so if the fundamentals still haven't changed for you, you have to figure out what your specific situation is for this underlying stock. Do you still believe in it or do you not? Now, if you don't believe in it anymore, you genuinely want to get out of this position, right? This is where I would start doing what I was doing here with Kraft Heinz. I would start factoring in the premium that you've collected before. Most of you, right, if you don't believe in SoFi anymore and you're trying to get out, or Palantir or whatever stock that you're in, factor in all the premium that you've collected before. Your broker isn't going to do that for you. It's just they're not. They're not like here. I'm just using Fidelity primarily. It doesn't track everything right for you at all. If you want my trade log template, as well as my premium calculators that'll keep you organized, I give them away for free at the end of the Ark Options Strategy workshop. I'll leave that link as the first link in the description of today's video. But if you don't believe in the underlying stock anymore, I would factor that in first, right? So if you've been doing SoFi for any period of time, you probably, right, especially over the past 6 months or the past year, if you've been doing it, we've all done fairly well for ourselves, right? We've collected a lot of premium. We were selling puts at the bottom Bollinger Bands. We were selling our shares at the top Bollinger Bands and just riding that volatility. And it was a lot of fun, right? It was a lot of fun. And you've probably collected, maybe a few $1,000s of premium, maybe if not more. Just obviously depends on your account size. It depends on, how many contracts you are opening up, how close to the money you're playing, all those things, right? But you've probably collected some premium, right? So factor that into your cost base. If you're assigned at like 25, let's say $25, then factor that in because your true cost basis might actually be like 2,000. And once you're at let's say you are at 2,000 for your 100 shares, right? Then you could go start taking a look at the options chain. So if I just go over here to my options chain, right now it starts to unlock for me a lot more opportunity. I can go to sell a call here, and I don't have to go I'm not going to be able to necessarily do weeklies, but if I go like 32 days out, I have a better shot here, right? I can look at the 22s. Okay, I'm maybe not collecting an insane amount of premium, but I'm at least collecting about 26 bucks of premium. Even the 23s, $20, right? And this further lowers your cost basis down further. It's not going to necessarily be what we always thought it was going to be, right? Where we're collecting that 3-4% a month on selling SoFi puts, and we think we're geniuses, right? That was never the case. SoFi has always been one of the more volatile names that I talk about here on the channel, right? But here, now you have to take what you can get. Now, I don't always, right? So just because I was signed, let's say at $25, in a perfect world, of course, I want to be selling at least at $25. Now, that is an option for you if you really want to. Like you could collect like $10 of premium per contract. I don't think that's worth it. If I was going to do something like that, like I would go literally like 46 days out if I absolutely needed to and be like, okay, I'm 40. It's just not worth it. To me right now, it's just not worth it. I'd rather just hold my shares. And that's honestly what I'm doing with my SoFi positions, because I do believe in SoFi. I do believe SoFi is going to recover. I use it for all my banking, a lot of my buy and hold stuff, my Roth IRAs. I'm like all in on SoFi for my personal banking needs and stuff like that. And I think there's a lot of amazing things coming for SoFi, especially with their strong guidance, strong recent earnings. I'm looking forward to their next earnings. Speaking of which, when is their next earnings? So we've got it April 27th. So we still got well over a month away for their earnings. And be careful, obviously, guys. I ended up doing the 17 puts for April 10th. Be careful now, because I saw you guys get burned. A lot of people in my comments on those SoFi videos that I came out with got absolutely burned, right? Because they had their options contract expire on earnings week for SoFi, like right after post earnings that Friday, and they ended up getting assigned. And SoFi, again, had great earnings, great guidance, doesn't matter. Stock has been struggling ever since. So make sure your contract is not expiring here on April 27th. The way I like to do is I'll go like April 24th, the absolute latest, and then I'm letting that dust settle for a couple weeks. Then I wouldn't be doing it going out till like April 15th or something like that. But April 10th, April 17th are still really, really solid, great return on collaterals that we're seeing here. I mean, even the 15s on SoFi delivering almost a 3.63% return on collateral on the cash secured puts. But again, it totally depends on your belief. Do you still actually believe in the fundamentals of this company? Do you actually want to purchase this company and lower your cost basis? But here's what a lot of people are doing right now, and this is, I don't know. To me, I think it's kind of madness. I don't do this. Do whatever you want. But a lot of people, and if I just flip to my covered call side and I see like other people on YouTube talking about this, they're doing like shorter dated covered calls, right, on SoFi. Now, if you factor in your premium and you're just trying to get out, but I would say be very, very careful. So what they're doing is they're doing like a 20, right? Even though SoFi's trading at like, let's say 17.76 right now, interesting. $20 puts that expire, or $20 calls that expire in 11 days. Now, yes, it's not that super very likely. It's only about a 21 delta, but now you're playing the lottery with this strategy where you're playing you're playing kind of far out of the money. You're still trying to collect about a 1% a week, and you're shooting for like that 0.10, that 0.15 to 0.20 delta stuff, right? Like even if you did the 2050s, but in my opinion, I would only do this play if you genuinely want to get out of the stock and you don't believe in it anymore. That way, at least like now, for example, if you did this one, it's a 17 delta, 17% chance of happening. You're collecting your 1% a week. You're collecting $22 of premium in about an 11-day period per contract, and you could, of course, factor that into your premiums that you've collected all along the way to get into your assignment. I don't know. To me, I think that's too risky of a play. Like I said, honestly, just the way I do this, because I don't want to be staring at charts all day, I would just go further out and at least get as close as I can to my cost basis. Even if I did the 23s and let's say I was assigned at 25s, okay, I'm off by a couple $100 there, but I'm sure I've collected a whole bunch of premium along the way. I'll be breaking even. I'm collecting about just under about a 2%, and I'm fine if I get my shares called away. Like that's the play that I would do. I would not do these shorter dated covered calls where you can end up losing a lot of, a decent amount of gains. sense in my personal opinion, especially if you're playing with a decent sized portfolio and you have a lot of contracts that you can essentially be putting to work. So be careful out there. But there is light on the other side of a underwater cash secured put, as long as you're in a good quality company that you still believe in, right? We're seeing red across the board. A lot of my strategy right now for these past 2 weeks where we've been seeing a lot of red, it's been freaking boring as hell, guys. I've been doing some puts and stuff in American Airlines, still obviously have my SoFi, but I'm in accumulation phase. When the market takes a big downturn like this, right, where we have all these geopolitical risks at stake, I'm buying SPYs and QQQs, right, and some income ETFs just to accumulate so when I can unload my covered calls on it, right, and that's proven to work over many times, right? So that's where I've been putting a lot of my focus, and obviously just staying patient, right, seeing what the market brings me, staying patient, staying disciplined, and those are tenets that are going to serve you well, especially in a market like this. Don't be emotional, be careful. The only times you get burned is if you start trading stocks that you genuinely don't even believe in, and I think a lot of people are waking up that reality because of this market downturn. Guys, if you want my trade log template, I think this is perfect for you if you're just getting started. You're also going to get my 2 premium calculators. Attend the Ark Options Strategy workshop down below. It's 90 minutes of training. Perfect if you're just a beginner getting involved in the whole wheel strategy. The Ark Options Strategy is about 90 minutes long, and at the end of it, I give you all of these free resources that you can walk away with. Guys, remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.